This is Zora Reed with Sirens Trinity Productions at OsFest, Omaha, Nebraska 2014, and I am interviewing Quincy Allen.
Hello.
Quincy, tell us a little bit about your writing.
Okay, well, I bill myself as a cross-genre author, which, and I have this in a bio, it's mostly because I have enough attention deficit disorder that I don't like to stick with one thing. So I write, I've written a lot of steampunk, but I also write paranormal, fantasy, horror, light sci-fi, hard sci-fi, detective noir, and I have a propensity for mixing them all up because it's more fun that way.
Oh, yeah.
Writing is like cooking, you know. Yeah, I don't like just steak with beans, and if it's something with steak, and if it's something over here, it's a smorgasbord for a Chinese buffet, depending on your appetite.
Sounds delicious.
It is, absolutely. I think so. So yeah, I write all of the board. I produce a steampunk anthology, so I have a pretty strong steampunk background. That's growing actually. The next book that I have coming out is going to be steampunk.
What got you interested in steampunk?
Well, the first convention I went to, I had 17 years where I was in IT. I got laid off. I decided I was going to become a writer. So I'm 42 years old. The first convention I went to, I ran into it's a local group of steampunks in Colorado at Mile High Con. That group is sort of run or organized by Rhonda Siebert, who runs Anomaly Con, which is the big steampunk convention in Colorado. At that time, she and her group, or minions, were promoting Radio Steam, which was a radio show that they were going to put on. And I was like, I'm looking for gigs to write. I wanted to start stuff out there. And I got to talk to her. And I was fascinated because I grew up with Wild Wild West, so I didn't know it was steampunk back before it was steampunk, but I always had a taste for it. And Jules Ryan. When I got to talking with her, and then she actually agreed to let me write an episode, I found out I sort of had a knack for it, and I really enjoyed it. It's a fun genre, subgenre, whatever you want to call it. It's a fun one to read. So I've done a lot of work with that. One of my first bigger short stories was steampunk. That's the last thing, which is the novel. It's just a lot of fun. That's how I got started.
So, are you also a local writer?
Local to Omaha? No. I came here in 2012. I'm actually a Colorado author. There's a huge group of us. Folks like Guy DeMarco, who was a local Nebraska author, then he became a Colorado author. He's about to become a Missouri author. Travis Heerman also was Nebraska, then Colorado. But there's folks like Aaron Michael Ritchie, Kevin Anderson, who I actually have been sort of almost mentoring him, but I didn't work with him. There's a huge writing community in Colorado, and I've been really fortunate to be sort of immersed in that and able to bounce ideas off the folks in the community. And I'm branching out now, but I've been almost exclusively in Colorado for 5 years now.
What made you decide to come to OsFest this year?
Guy. Well, this year, actually, I guess it would also have to be Guy. I helped, he'd arranged last year to help put together the writing schedule, and I've got some experience with that. I do from in Colorado. So I helped him put it together for this, at least on the writer's track. And there's a group of us. We call ourselves the Handsome Author Society. So we've got Guy, Travis, Aaron's in it, myself, David Group. And I think all of them have been at OsFest at one point or another. And so we do our best to travel to various conventions and as a group, manage panels or participate in them while they're so it's one thing led to another. I helped them out, so he was able to get me out here. And I do like to Nebraska. It's a nice drive. It's easy. And it's a lot of fun. This is a great bunch of people. I love back in 2012. Had a great time, and this has been just as fun. We'll be back next year if everything works out.
Oh, hopefully. Yeah, we're wonderful.
You are.
We are. We're
What wonderful.
And what is your most memorable experience in the written world?
Well, there's two really, at least thus far. The first one was last fall when it was Steampunk Trails, which is the inaugural, it's a magazine that comes out. And the editor at the time It's a story. And I got, for a writer, it's like one of the best compliments you can ever get a writer. So when the editor says, your story made me cry, I'm like, oh, that's awesome, thank you. And that was really cool. I mean, that's one of those moments where you realize you're not a complete hack. You've got at least something going for you. And then the other one was actually just this year when, and it's the story actually I'm going to read, the work I do, part of on the side, is the book designs for Woodfire Press. I do their interior and all. The guy who runs Kevin J. Anderson, who does Dune books and Star Wars and X-Files and 130 probably now books now. He's got a publishing house is his. He also does an annual anthology called Fantastic Holidays. And he asked me, because he'd seen some of my other books, he asked me if I'd be interested in some of the storytellers. So I did, and I wrote it. It actually took me a couple of days to write it. It was just this idea I had. I sent it out to him, this is Kevin J. Anderson. There are people like Christine Catherine Rush in this thing, Mercedes Lapkus. And I'm like, Kevin, but whatever you need me to change, if you have it to change, there's no hard feelings. If I don't make a cut, I understand. I didn't really think I was going to make it. And so I sent it to him. He said, well, I'm flying to, I think it was MLC. So I'll read it on the plane tomorrow and I'll let you know. So I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. And he emails me back, it was that Wednesday night, and said, I love it. The only thing actually he said three things. I love it. I didn't know you could be this funny. And I only want you to change the title. I'm like, whatever you want, I'll cut off a foot if whatever. So
Dedication.
Yeah, absolutely. And the original title, just so here's a little side note, the original title was The Precipitous Crystallicity, which he said was a mouthful, which it isn't by design. And you'll understand what that means here. I changed it to Jimmy Crinkle Pot and the White Grapes of Hay Bear. And so it's a steampunk story, it's a Christmas story set during the Civil War. And it's sort of taken from, I don't know if anybody's read the old Jupiter Jones mysteries, The Three Investigators.
Oh, yes, the whole series.
Yeah, and I read that, so did I. And so Jimmy and his little cohort is kind of a take on Jupiter and the other two. So it's there. You'll see some of that in there. There's actually a junkyard that's got a little workshop in there. And I just have fond memories of reading that story. So when Kevin said I'll take it, and he said he loved it and he didn't want me to change it. And that was huge. It was like one more little bit where I guess I go completely soft, which is good. So I was pretty happy with how that worked out. And there's more to come. I mean, I'll have a few novels coming out by the end of the year. And we'll see what happens. That's really going to be where the rubber meets the road. On whether they sell, how well they receive, whether or not people want to beat me up on Amazon or tell me I don't sell.
And just one more question.
Yeah.
You met Mercedes Lackey?
I have not met her. No, I hope to someday. I write. I'm going to be contributing, or not contributing, but submitting to Writers in the Future. I'm looking for an opportunity to be able to meet. I mean, Kevin knows everybody, and it was just Denver Comic Con. I got to have dinner, and so Kevin put together dinner for the Wordfire crew, and I'm sitting there. My girlfriend's next to me. Directly across the table from me is David Farley. Dave Wilkerson, you might recognize that. And to the left of him was Stephen Sears from Xena. Right? I'm like, okay, this is about the coolest thing I've ever done. It was awesome. And like Dave Farley is one of the neatest individuals I've ever met. If you ever get a chance to sit down and have him start telling stories, it's worth it. I'm really lucky. I'm living a dream. I didn't think it was over, but it started to.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Now I gotta do is pay my bills.
Just remember, when you meet Mercedes Lackey, I loved autographed books.
I'll do that. I will not forget, because I'll be coming back here every year too.
Awesome. I'll be back too. So. Why don't you tell the viewers your website?
Okay, you can find me at actually two places, www.quincyallen.com. That's a hard one to remember. And then I'm also on Facebook. I've still got tons of room if you want to friend me up on Facebook. It's Quincy Allen Author, I think, on Facebook. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But you can actually link to it from my website, so go there. And those are the two big ones. I don't do much on Twitter. I don't get Twitter. I have too many words for Twitter.
Too many hashtags.
Yeah, I can't remember them all. I couldn't remember, so that's why I'm not a history major. I was a writer, man.
I am a history major.
And I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't remember the dates.
Okay, well, it's been great talking with
Thanks
you
for
today.
having me. I appreciate it.
And I hope you're enjoying your OsFest experience.
I am. I've had a blast. It's always a blast. 2 for 2. So I'll be back whether you want me or not.
See you next year.
Take care.